Odds and ends, you know the deal. These are short stories I found in the drawer. They were just getting dusty. I thought I would drag them out. Each one is no more than a couple of minutes each. In a way, they're kind of like M&Ms or potato chips. You can't stop at just one. They have nothing in common except for each one I've added just a pinch, just a dash, just a sprinkle, a splash of artificial sweetener. I'll let you decide if they're a little too sugary, a little too saccharine, a little too sweet. I'm just waiting for Gilligan says the first one's ready, so let's roll it. The first one is the ChatGPT, which I use on occasion. I have a dedicated tab on my PC, such that every time I go there, I don't have to log in, but they make me check a box, okay, to prove that I'm human. At least it's not that grid with the pictures, the 9 pictures, identify all the motorcycles or the bicycles or the buses, and the quality of the images is so bad that maybe that's a tire. Maybe that's a golf cart. Maybe that's an iron. Give me something I can see. The thing about those things is that sometimes you'll get just a clear blue sky and a traffic light. Okay, it only encompasses 4 squares. That's the easy one. But if you have to identify a tire, squares with tires, what if the tire, it's mostly in one square, but just the end of the tire, one part of the tire just nudges over to another square? Does that count? Do I have to be a robot to figure that out? So I have to click a box to prove that I'm human, that I'm not a robot. And my question is, why? What do they care? Okay, now there's no end to the bit. There's no end to the observation. So I asked ChatGPT, see what they would say, and this is their response. Okay, so you have to click the box to prove you're human. At least I don't have to do that on my coffee maker or my toaster if I want a cup of coffee or a piece of toast. Okay, the next observation has to do with this letter. I get these letters quite often. They update me on my stocks in case I want to know how my stocks are doing. The thing about the envelope itself, it's like a postcard folded up, and to open it, fortunately, they've included instructions. There's a tab along the top, and you're supposed to bend the thing and then tear it off. Okay, because if they didn't include the instructions, then you'd never. How would you ever know how to open it? Who needs these directions? It's like taking off before a flight. The flight attendant, they get up there and they show you how to fasten the seatbelt. Who in this day and age, even a child flying alone, they know because in this day and age, you get in a car, you fasten the seatbelt. They don't need to be shown. They know that. And I'm thinking, why do the airlines do that? And I'm thinking maybe there is a group of people that doesn't know that you're supposed to do that. And I would think maybe if you grew up in a country where there aren't laws that you have to use seatbelts, maybe there aren't seatbelts in a third or fourth world country, maybe that guy's never seen a seatbelt before. And yet, he had to get to the airport. He had to use a car, a taxi, a Lyft, an Uber. He had to get to the airport. So I thought I'd go back to ChatGPT for a funny ending for this story. And this is what they said. They said that the instructions written on those envelopes, for the bend and tear, they're for the same people who have never peeled a banana. So this is something that I've noticed when I'm doing a chore. I'll be washing the dishes, I'll be raking leaves, I'll be mowing the lawn, and I don't have the AirPods in, so I'm not listening to music, I'm not listening to a podcast. So it's just thoughts are rattling around the cage. It's like a pinball going against the bumpers. Random thoughts, and then I'll get a thought of something that I have to do. Something that, not something I have to do right this second, but something important that I eventually have to do. I have to send a card, I have to write a check, I have to order something from the Amazon. And so the first step that I've noticed is the recognition of this thing. And the second thing I've noticed is I give myself a little attaboy. like good job, little praise for remembering this thing, and good deal. I'm happy because I've in the randomness of the random thoughts, I've plucked the thought from obscurity and brought it to the fore. Good for me, attaboy. And not 10 seconds later, everything is gone. The thought that I have, the thing that I had to do, the praise that I gave myself, everything is gone, and in place comes the random thoughts. The random thoughts, the pinball against the bumpers, and I won't remember the thought until the next time I'm reminded. And of course, this all happens because when you're washing dishes, you're not going to write something down. When you're mowing the lawn, you're not going to write something down. So it's not like I'm losing my mind. Like when I'm cooking. When I'm cooking, sometimes I've got several things going at the same time, and it's like a dance. It's like a choreography you go through. Like first, there are certain steps. You start off, you're at the counter, you're cutting, you're chopping, you're slicing, you're dicing. Then you go over to the stove, you maybe stir, you simmer, you open the cupboard, you get out the spice, and inevitably, I need something from the pantry. So I make my way over to the pantry, I open the door, and somehow, in that instance, I'm transformed to the bar scene in Star Wars. I'm completely lost, and what I need is I need a hard reset. We have to reboot the system, and to do that, we have to go back and reconstruct. Okay, I was over I was slicing, I was dicing on the counter. We went to the stove, right? We were simmer, we were stirring. We got this. Oh, I need the rice, or I need the pasta, or I need the simmer sauce, whatever it is. The first 40 years of my life, none of these things happened, and ever since I've turned 50, these last couple of years, it's like I don't know who I am anymore. At least when I go to open up the pantry door, I don't have to check a box to show that I'm not a robot. And to close this story, I thought I'd go back to ChatGPT for another funny response. And to be fair, I asked them a number of times. I got a number of responses. This is the funny one. Trust me, this is the funny one. Okay, the story concerns Tom. Tom lost his keys. He's looking everywhere. He can't find them. He gives up. He decides he's going to make a cup of coffee to clear his head. And it's not until he opens the fridge to get the milk that he realizes where he left them. Next to the butter. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, right here on the YouTube.
Felix Unger and the Sophisticados, ladies and gentlemen.
Pa-pow!
Ta-ta for now.